friends, it's Amanda here, and today's video is another collaboration, this time with my friend Angie. You may know her as Angelica Nyqvist. She is the queen of color, she is the founder of Singe Beauty, and she is my friend. So today, Angie and I are teaming up to bring you the holiday palette bingo. I have a big stack of holiday release palettes here, and I know that I have some different palettes from what Angie is using in her video. I haven't seen her video yet, but we did talk about it. We saw each other recently. So I know that we have some of the same palettes, some different palettes, but the idea here is I'm going to take one shade from each one of these holiday eyeshadow palettes and do an eyeshadow bingo. There's going to be a lot of shades in this look, so it's going to be interesting. I do tend to have a little bit more plain Jane aesthetic compared to Angie, so this is really going to be a branching out exercise for me, especially depending on which shades we land on. But I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what kind of look Angie comes up with. She is so creative. She is incredibly talented when it comes to the vision of her makeup looks. So I know she's going to do a great job. I genuinely hope that you will go and check out her video next. If you haven't already, I'm sure you're already subscribed to her. If not, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to Angie's channel. She does great reviews. She is no nonsense when it comes to her reviews, which I love. She makes really creative and compelling makeup looks, and I always feel like I'm learning from her. I'm sure I'm more than a little bit biased because she is my personal friend, but I just think she is so smart, so talented, and so funny. And this was her idea, so if it turns out badly, then we can blame Angie. So let's check out the holiday palettes we're going to be using for today's look. First, I have these little 5-pan eyeshadow palettes from ColourPop. What I want to do is count these all as one palette. So I'm going to count this as a 15-pan palette, and we'll just select one shade from these. These are very neutral, so I don't want to end up with a whole bunch of neutral eyeshadows for this look. So this is palette number 1, an imaginary 15-pan palette. I also have this Too Faced Popcorn Balls palette. I am fairly certain Angie is not including this one, so this is one where we are going to diverge on our shades a little bit. And I do have a review of all of the palettes you're going to see today, so I'll link those in the description box if you're curious about any of these and want more info. But this one's also quite neutral. I really hope I get the purple from this one. It's my favorite shade in the palette. Next up, we have all of the holiday palettes from Oden's Eye. I know Angie is going to be including these in her video. She and I are both huge Oden's Eye fans, both collaborators with the brand. So we'll pick one shade from each of these Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve palettes, as well as Snow Dream and Hey Reindeer palettes. Then I have this Christmas Town palette from Melt Cosmetics. Definitely going to get some fun color out of this one. And lastly, I may be taking some liberties by including this. This is the Anaconda palette from Clarity Cosmetics. They launched this on Black Friday. So it definitely puts it in the running as a holiday release for me anyway. So these are the holiday palettes I'm using for today's palette bingo video. I'm going to use a random number generator to pick my shades. So let's start with these little ColourPop holiday kit ones first. We'll call this 1 through 5. This mauve one will be 6 through 10. The very warm neutral one we'll call 11 through 15. So let's pick one of these first. I just hope we don't get the glitter shade. All right, first number we got is 9. So that is 6, 7, 8, 9. This mauve, mid-tone mauve shade called Very Merry. Okay, that's a decent start. I'm going to swatch these all on my arm here so we can get an idea for the color story. And this is from the Jingle On eyeshadow palette, Very Merry. Now let's pick one from the Too Faced Popcorn Balls palette. This has 8 shades, so I'll change the parameters 1 through 8. And I got 7. So close to the purple. That's what I really wanted. Okay, this is the shade Pop Off. This is like a satiny, very neutral pinky beige shade. I mean, these will be easy to work with. I know I shouldn't be too upset about not getting a lot of exciting shades yet because I know I'll be glad for these neutral mattes later when I'm trying to put a look together. All right, let's do the Oden's Eye Christmas Eve palette next. This one, it would be shocking to get a neutral shade. There are neutrals in here, and this is a 16 pan palette, number 15. So that will be this one, Night Sky. This is a really pretty color. This is a super deep bluish green, another matte. I mean, so far, so good. Got a lot of matte shades going on. I'm sure we'll get a shimmer eventually. Now let's go to the Merry Christmas palette. It's the inside of this one. This is also a 16 pan palette, shade number 6. So that will be, oh, finally got a shimmer. This one called New Year. This is a gorgeous, really bright green shimmer shade. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Next up is Hey Reindeer, number 13. So that is 8, 13 would be this one called Bells. Oh, I love a silver. So far, so good. I feel like everything's working out pretty well so far. Finally got some shimmers, so I'm feeling good about that. And the color story is looking pretty good. I'll show you the swatch later. My arm's at an awkward angle right now. Last for the Oden's Eye holiday palettes is the Snow Dream palette. I just took this one on a trip with me, so I am feeling very familiar with these colors. And I got shade number 8, so that will be this mid-tone green shade called Ornament. Okie dokie, I can make this work so far. So far, so good. I know this one's going to be a wild card. This is the Christmas Town palette from Milk Cosmetics. Got a lot of bold, bright shades in here. This one is a 10 pan palette, so we'll go between shades 1 and 10. And we have shade number 8, which is this very bold neon chartreuse matte shade. It's so beautiful. It's definitely switching up the vibes quite a bit for us. Still looks like a really cool color story so far. I'm not 100% confident with where I'm gonna go with this yet. Before I start worrying about a plan, let's pick our last shade from the Clarity Anaconda palette. This definitely has some of those mauve-y neutrally shades. It has silver, it has some of these green shades, so it kind of fits in with the color scheme I have going so far, I guess you would say. And this is a 15 pan palette, so let me adjust my random number generator again. I got shade number 7. Which one's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course, I got the most like neutral shade in the whole palette. I mean, I guess that makes it easy for me to use. I guess I kind of dodged a bullet on that one. It looks a little bit like some of the other shades that are already in here. If I had got like a coral or a purple, which is what I was expecting to happen, it would have been a lot to make work. So let me show you a swatch of all of the shades together on my arm here. Not necessarily colors I would have chosen myself to put together, but I do feel like this at least is a little bit cohesive. The makeup gods were on my side because they gave me some neutrals to work with. I am missing the shimmer. I really wish I had more shimmer in here. And this chartreuse shade is going to be a bit of a wild card, but you know what? We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Even though I ended up with a lot of neutrals, which I guess works out well for me because I am a very half neutral, half colorful type of girl, I am really going to try to showcase these colors. I am not going to shy away. I'm not going to try to hide things in the look. I'm going to try my best to really heavily feature the colors that I got. So I'm going to start with priming my lids with my Ulta matte eye primer, and then I'm probably going to voice over the rest of my look because this is going to take a fair bit of figuring out for me, but I'm actually very excited by the colors I got. I'm going to be able to come up with something good here. I'm sort of just stalling for time while I figure out what I want to do, so I'm using the Too Faced shade Pop Off on this big, super fluffy blending brush from Singe Beauty, and I'm just putting that all over the whole crease area, blending up and out. I know I'm going to be layering a lot of colors. I don't know where they're going to go just yet, but I know that this is a good starting point for me. And this is how I start most of my looks. I like a nice neutral transition shade. Then I'm adding Very Merry from the ColourPop palette, and I'm using that along the outer half of the crease, applying that a little bit lower and just deepening up, adding a little bit of contour to the eye socket on the outer part of the lid there. Often I would use these same colors on the lower lash line too, but I have a feeling I'm going to need to put some color down there to really showcase all these different shadows. So I'm leaving the lower lash blank for now, and I'm just using a flat packing brush to apply the shade Ornament to the inner part of the lid there. I still don't have an exact plan, but I know that I need to get some of this green on my lid. So I'm first applying the lighter of the green shades towards this inner corner area here. And then I'm using one of my crease brushes to go back and blend the edge, but without any additional product. I just sort of laid down the shade where I wanted it and then soften the edges with that more detailed crease brush. Next, I'm using the Night Sky shade. This is from the Christmas Eve palette, and I used the same brush. I just flipped it over. That way I could use both sides of that same flat packing brush. And I'm applying Night Sky all along the outer part of the lid and up into the crease, but not really going above. I don't want too much of this color to escape from my eyelid. I really want a super impactful lid look. I often feel that if I'm going to do a lot of color on my lid, but I keep the crease and the blended out area more neutral, it makes it feel more wearable and more approachable for me. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that deeper crease shade to help blend the dark blue. Is it a blue? Is it a teal? It kind of looks more blue on the lid now. I'm blending that blue into my neutral transition shade, but I don't want to get too much color escaping out onto that brow bone. This just keeps it softer and feels like a little bit more casual way to wear a look like this. Now I'm using my finger to apply the shade New Year. This is from the Merry Christmas palette. I absolutely love this color, and as I started to fill in that middle space on the lid and really seal the deal on this green ombre on the lid, I was so excited. I could not have paired these shadows better myself. I am so thrilled with how these shades work together. All right, so I used this Kaleidos liner called Limelight in the lower waterline, and I'm hoping that this metallic shifty green shade is going to tie together the more emeraldy blue green on the upper lid here with this neon chartreuse shade that I'm about to put on the lower waterline. That's my plan anyway. We'll see how it actually comes together. This Eureka shade is quite a bit more yellow based than the other greens that I have working on the eyelid. So I was afraid that they wouldn't quite meld together, but I do think that the use of this metallic green lower waterline liner really pulled everything together and made it feel really intentional and cohesive. And then I just used the Clarity shade, that really gray, greigey matte shade, to blend together that outer corner where the dark bluish green and then the chartreuse kind of met. Just helped to meld everything together. And then I used Bells from the Hey Reindeer palette, and I popped that right on the very inner part of that lower lash line to bring some sparkle and shine and attention to that area. Then I just curled my lashes and added a little bit of my L'Oreal Telescopic Lift mascara, and that completes my look. I am so thrilled with how this turned out. Not in a million years would I have chosen these shades individually for just a regular everyday look, but I think they ended up working so beautifully together. This is probably the most successful random palette or palette bingo that I've ever done, and I 100% would wear this same look again. The really bold lid look, the pop of a little bit unexpected, not super matchy color on the lower waterline, paired with that neutral transition, just are chef's kiss to me. These are not colors that I would have chosen for myself to put together, but I could kind of see the vision coming together. I do think I kind of lucked out because I got a lot of greenish, colorful shades. Even though they didn't all exactly match, I wouldn't have necessarily paired them together myself, but I think that this look ended up being really awesome. Way better than I expected when I first pulled out this pile of palettes, and I thought, oh man, this could go real crazy real quick. I almost feel like I got too many mattes and too many neutrals. Usually I have the opposite problem when I'm doing a palette bingo. So the stars aligned for me. I love this look. I would have liked to had the extra challenge of getting a more colorful shade from the Anaconda palette. But I think this is so fun and so pretty. I thought about doing a little half lash addition on here just in honor of Angie because I started experimenting with lashes because of our collaboration video from last year. It really pushed me to experiment more with falsies, but I didn't want to cover up any of the colors here. I wanted each one of these colors to have their time to shine, especially the colors on the lid. I just think this look turned out so pretty. I actually really love it. I'm shocked, I'm amazed, and I'm impressed. Oh, and I wore a green shirt today. I must have manifested it by wearing this green shirt today. I feel like if I just came on my channel wearing this eyeshadow, I don't think anybody would really think it was too crazy outside of my usual, especially since it's neutrals and greens, which is a very normal combo for me. This was such a fun collaboration video. I truly appreciate Angie working on this project with me, and I just appreciate her in all ways. She's such a great friend. She's a great content creator. I truly hope that you'll go check out her video. Go subscribe to her channel. Like I said earlier, you're probably already subscribed to her. If you're not, what are you waiting for? She just really has a lot to offer our community, and I'm very thankful for her as a friend, as a peer, as a co-worker, I guess you could say. On the day I'm filming this video, Angie just announced a bunch of new products for Singe Beauty, and by the time this video goes out, those should already have launched and already been available for purchase. I'm definitely going to be showcasing them on my channel here soon, but I hope that you'll go check those out too. Go watch her announcement video and show her some love. I'm so proud of her. She's just really crushing it. I love to see it. And I know you're going to love her too. So go watch Angie's video. Let me know what you thought about this holiday palette bingo. I really feel like it went in my favor. I think some of the Vegas luck is still clinging to me because I just got home less than 24 hours ago. I would love to know what type of look you would have done. What shades were you hoping I would get? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Let's try that again, because that was weird. I didn't really know where I was going with that. This is why so many creators have like scripts or outlines. I just wing every video. And it shows. Hello, my beautiful... It's not going great. Okay, you gotta cut me a little slack. I got home from the Vegas weekend literally like 12 hours ago. Came home, slept, got up, and started filming again. So, okay. Okay. And I'm using my Singe beauty brushes, by the way, as usual. When in doubt, just deepen up the crease, you know? Words to live by. I have not figured out how to use this chartreuse shade yet. Think I'm starting to formulate a plan. I love a shimmery lid. Just give me a big old bright metallic shimmery lid. That's what I want. That actually looks so good. What? I never would have picked it, but I really think that looks so good. Gonna use some liner in the lower waterline. That's where the plan starts. I'm not going to film that part because it freaks me out to watch it and I don't want to watch myself edit it. So I'll be right back with lower waterline water. I'll be back with lower waterline liner. Who knew I would have a hard time using up the neutrals? I'm going to use this to blend a little bit. So we'll use that to blend this part down to the lower waterline. It's not exactly a stunning feature of the shade, but at least I'm finding a way to use it. I always have trouble getting eyeshadow to stick to that spot in my lid. I love it. And now I have so many palettes to put away. Whoa, calm down. Okay, sorry. Jeez. Products? I almost said projects. I guess they are projects, but also products. I never thought the day would come where I was like, too many neutrals. But here we are, you know, I feel like my personal style is just always changing. It's always evolving and shifting. Most people are like that, right? I really like this shiny, shiny green eyelid. I feel like a little emerald. Feel like a fancy little emerald. That's it. I have a lot more collaboration videos in the works. I'm excited about it. I love all my friends. I have the hardest time when I'm filming these collaboration videos, not just talking about how much I love my friends the whole time and not repeating the same reasons over and over again, because I love all my friends individually and they all have a lot of very specific, beautiful qualities. But I end up just talking about how smart and funny and awesome and nice and kind they are, which they are. So I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit, but no promises. I'm not taking this off. This looks so sick. I hope Angie's proud. All right, that's a wrap. And I love your face so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for going and supporting all my friends who I collaborate with. They are the best, and so are you. And I love all your faces, each and every one of you, for your own individual, unique, special qualities. Okay, see you soon. Okay. Sorry, that was weird. Love you. Bye.